Do you have any idea of what an ethical person thinks? We'll be able to answer that question at the end of this video. But first, let's define what an ethical person is as well as ethics and morals. Conforming to agreed universal values is what it takes to be ethical. When it involves the workplace, it implies that an ethical individual holds themselves to the next degree simply abstaining from a selected action or activity because it's immoral. Although ethics and morals are a fancy blend of ideals, philosophy, moralities, and beliefs that govern choices. In today's varied cultural world,
All of those decisions are made in accordance with the organization's rules. Both decisions are also guided by a collections of ethical values that enable us to see whether we are acting ethically. Any action, whether supported by a business or personal general values, would have its own set of implications. Many folks see virtue and take a firm stand on beliefs. But the more able you are to alter your mind after reflective thinking instead of manipulation, the more likely you become to the highest of any sphere.
This book entitled Think Again, The Power of Knowing What You Don't Know is about rethinking value. I hope you may be best placed to succeed at work and happily live if you learn the art of rethinking. Again, thinking will help you find innovative ways to tackle old issues and re-examine new ideas. This publication was written by Adam Grant, a marketing and psychology professor at the Wharton School. Adam Grant was named one of the world's most influential business thinker by Fortune magazine. He has also worked for companies such as Google, Facebook, the NBA, the Gates Foundation, and the United States Army.
Moreover, here is the framework for each section of the book that we will be discussed in this video. First is individual rethinking, changing your mind. Interpersonal rethinking, opening others people's mind. Collective rethinking, creating communities of lifelong learners. Finally, the conclusion. Individual rethinking entails opening your eyes to the other possibilities before you'll be able to successfully reconsider. This is often more complicated than you think. For further understanding, here are the three ideas for individual rethinking.
the first is about re-establishing a habit of thinking. It deals that we should think of the scientific terms after we choose a way to become a preacher, prosecutor, or a politician. Consider ourselves as a replacement perspective as a hypothesis or a hunch that evaluate with data or evidence. Values, not views, should be used to define a personality or a person's personality. Consider ourselves to have interest in learning, mental versatility, and awareness. Keep a list of factors that could allow you to change your mind. Next is calibrated your confidence, which is concerned preventing being trapped on Mount Stupid Summit. Integrity is not the same as trust. An opportunity. For success, accept the satisfaction of being wrong. When you know you've made a mistake, take it as a sign that you've discovered something new. Finally, ask others to reconsider your beliefs about knowing something different from you. Everyone knows you about something. It's great to have supporters, but you continue to need skeptics to keep you on your toes. Invite them to challenge your thinking until you recognize them. Disagreement does not have to be unpleasant, though partnership conflict can be counterproductive at times. Task conflict can help you or assist you to reevaluate the situation.
Have you ever experienced going blind and being unaware of the facts? How about the armchair quarterback? Do you have any idea how it relates to individual rethinking? Armchair quarterback syndrome is a phenomenon where confidence exceeds competence. The problem with armchair quarterback syndrome is that it stands in the way of rethinking. If we're certain that we know something, we have no reason to look for gaps and flaws in our knowledge.
When is the time that you failed something? Just because I was wrong. Many people will get defensive of it. Being wrong isn't always a bad thing. It can be a sign that you've learned something new. Also, you feel sure that you learned anything. The ego that protects our image by feeding us of comforting our lies in our mind is the totalitarian ego. Totalitarian ego is a psychological term for a mental gatekeeper that keeps threatening information out of our heads. Because of that thinking, Richard Feynman, a physicist, says, "You must not fool yourself because you are the one who is the yes person to fool." To unlock the joy of being wrong, we need to detach. Decouple your identity from your beliefs. Better yet, make your identity one in which you actively seek the truth and knowledge. This opens you up to curiosity and rethinking. An ethical person thinks that being wrong isn't bad. It is a sign of learning something new. This is why we redefine intelligence by embrace rethinking and unlearn. In the next time, would you still have ended up doing something so wrong? Keep track of your views so you can see when you were right, when you were wrong, or how your thinking has evolved.
In addition, relationship conflict is a struggle, disagreement, argument, or debate that takes place between two people within a relationship. How you address, assess, and solve relationship conflict determines whether the relationship is healthy or unhealthy. While you may think of conflict as something to avoid as much as possible in your company, task conflict can actually have both negative and positive. When employees choose to handle task conflict by speaking about their differences, they can work together to find promises and create solutions.
Have you ever found yourself rethinking something? Rethinking is the act of questioning what you believe you know, being skeptical about what you don't know, and reviewing your beliefs based on new facts. This chapter is all about persuading someone to change their minds. We sometimes use an adversarial style when attempting to convince others. The propensity to go into preacher or lawyer mode. We can play defense by erecting a shield, offense by preaching their viewpoints, while prosecuting ours or politics by telling us what we want to hear. The collaborative method begins with modesty and enthusiasm, inviting the other group to think like a scientist. We won't have any chance persuading anyone to change their minds if we don't change our own. We should show transparency by stating where we agree with our opponents and also what we've heard from them. The individual destined to convince you to adjust your perspective is you. You will pick the reason you find generally convincing and you live away with a genuine feeling of responsibility for.
These books is an invitation to release knowledge and opinions that no longer serve you well and to claim your sense of yourself in flexibility rather than consistency. Diminishing, produced by establishing stereotypes. The author seeks to explain the origin of tribalism and its even estimate of groups. The answer is the humans are born with brain of module of tribalism because that our sector had to be tribal in order to survive. Now, the question is what can be done to improve the human condition? That answer is in the relatively new science of positive psychology. Evolutionary psychology explains the human conflict. The positive psychology gives us the science to elaborate human conflict. Perhaps we are just at different backgrounds and the thinking of an ethical human status by holding pure expression of views and understanding. Perhaps many believes in the irrational on the theme of the foundation. The meditation considers alternative release reflecting different circumstances and outcomes. Confidence humanity will open ways to rethink to improve the quality of thoughts. If there is self-confidence to organize with we do not know, if we don't know what might motivation someone else to change, but we are generally eager to find out.
There are three key techniques are used. Number one, asking open-ended questions. Number two, engaging in reflective listening. Number three, affirming the person's desire and ability to change. Listening well entails more than just speaking less. It's a selection of skills for asking and answering questions. It begins with a greater interest in other people's concerns rather than attempting to judge, prove our own. When people talk, listen completely. Most people never listen. Listening is a magnetic and strange thing, a creative force. The friends who listen to us are the ones we've moved toward. When we are listened to, it creates us, make us unfold and expand. Let us now know what is in collective rethinking.
A collective rethinking focuses on how an individual collect and gather their knowledge towards one idea, towards an issue. There are some topics that collective thinking focuses on, such as skeptics and deniers, and binary bias and perspective seeking. The skeptics are the people who don't believe everything they hear, but rather seek for an information to update their thinking. While the deniers are those who rejects everything they hear from the other side. The binary bias refers to the division into two groups or classes that are considered opposites. While perspective seeking seek an information rather than trying to see things from other point of view, talk to those people and learn directly from them. It is a dialogue where you ask others about their thoughts and feelings. Now, have you ever asked a question that don't have a single right answer? Here are the 3 steps to thinking more critically. First, interrogate information instead of simply consuming it. Second, rank and popularity are not proxying for reliability. Third, the sender of information is often not its source.
Before we proceed to the conclusion, here is the situation to fully understand when we should rethink. On the year of 2013, an Italian astronaut named Luca Parmitano pays a visit on the International Space Station. In the midst of their spacewalk, he felt something strange that he started to feel water in his helmet. He's not sure where the water came from. The water was continuing to build up and he might be drowned. Luca assumed that the water came from the spill with his drinking bag, which is not true. NASA continued to fail in their system. Like, there's a situation that 7 Challenger astronauts ended up dying. Through this incident, we can say that we need to rethink our belief and analyze how we came up with this. Now, will you take risks without the fear of being punished? The ability like this is called psychological safety. It's fostering a climate of trust, respect, and openness. Psychological safety teams reported with the high errors and mistakes. While the psychological unsafe teams, they are the ones who have a fear of being punished and hide their mistakes and problems. How do you know? It is a question that we should ask both ourselves and others. Performance accountability analyzes tasks, individuals, and teams based on their result, while the process accountability, it analyzes based on the decision-making process.
Economic factor and psychological factor, money has already been expended and it cannot be retrieved as referred as a sunk cost. The action that you have to spend money to make money. It is embedded with the phenomenon of a sunk cost of industry. A sunk cost is distinct with the potential expenses may incur such as inventory, purchasing costs, or commodity price decision. Escalation of commitment is a human behavior phenomenon as a result of judgment, action, or engagement that refuses to change direction. Passion and perseverance, it's the willpower of stick what you are believe and in persevere in the face of our hardship. And if you have this kind of passion, you can stay committed to work on a difficult or frustrating.